and the Coast Guard searched hundreds and hundreds of square miles of the Atlantic in that area. Well, apparently the boat has been found 83 miles off the coast of Wrightsville Beach, and it was still under power, moving at
Right.
about 6 knots.
They called it off on Monday, but they have restarted it
They've
since
restarted
they
it since they found the boat.
Oh,
Now,
wow.
that's a long ways off of wherever he was supposed to be.
Mhm.
All sorts of possibilities here. I'm not speculating. I'm just giving you possibilities. He went out for a short cruise, 4 o'clock in the afternoon, knowing that the sun's going to be down by 7. You got a little bit of time to run out the inlet, play out there, see if you can find some fish close by, because he had fishing gear deployed when they found the boat, right?
Right.
It was out. I don't know whether he had any fish on or not, but it had been going along since Saturday afternoon. And he was not in the boat. No sign of him anywhere. If you get up from the helm when you're all by your lonesome, you got your boat, perhaps an automatic pilot, which is presumably what was going on because the boat was still in a forward motion. And you get up to go to the back to either put out more fishing lines or to bring in fish or do whatever. And a wave hits you and you fall overboard. Well, before the show, Lee mentioned, well, don't most fishermen swim? Yeah. Well, why didn't he swim back to the boat? Because you can't swim 6 knots per hour.
Yeah.
You cannot
didn't even
keep up
think
with the
about
boat.
that.
Yeah.
So it was still going away from him.
Yeah.
True.
How far offshore he was at the time, we don't know. Now, chances are pretty good that the Coast Guard has gotten aboard the boat and has taken a look at his track from wherever he was, wherever he left, when that GPS was, when the whole thing was put in autopilot. They can retrace that track, the exact track, within just yards of it. Where he would be along that track, don't know.
But I think the water will be too cold for him to still be alive.
Well, it's about 60 degrees out there. So, today that's a long time hypothermia would have set in.
Yeah.
Hypothermia doesn't kill you. If he had a life jacket on and he kept his head above water, yes, he could still be alive. Hypothermia doesn't kill you until we're talking about really low temperatures.
Yeah.
But drowning does. When you
Yes.
can't keep your head above water, that's why you wear a life jacket, especially in cold water, and always if you're alone.
Well, the Coast Guard on the initial search, they said they focused the search area on blackjack and steeples fishing areas,
Yep.
which are 7 miles apart and are located about 30 miles southeast of Southport.
Yep.
And that they based that on his previous trips
Yep.
and what his family had told them. So they weren't out looking way out. in the
No,
sea.
not out there 80 miles.
Right.
So, and
That's a
80, and
crazy
again,
story.
as the coastline from Southport going up towards Wrightsville Beach, it runs northeasterly. If his boat was on an easterly course, for instance, whatever, he would be going up the coast, but he might still be closer to shore, but no, he wasn't. He was 83. That boat was 83 miles off of Wrightsville Beach, but that could have been 120 or 30 or 40 miles from his point of entry from Southport, going the
Right.
way he would have gone.
The
boat would have gone.
hope.
It's a tragedy. And the guy's 47 years old, Jeffrey Cale.
Mhm.
I can hope for the best and, fear the worst in this case.
Right. Yeah, my exact words. I hope for the best. I hope for a miracle, but I fear, like you,
Well,
the worst.
let's just say if he deployed his fishing gear 4 or 5 miles from the beach, it's a possibility. It's a little early in the season to do that. You normally run offshore a
Right.
bit to get warmer water. But if he did that, then he possibly would have been within swimming range of the shoreline.
Yeah, the initial search, they said rescue crews searched for approximately 72 combined hours and covered more than 7,762 square miles, which is nearly the size of Massachusetts.
Yes,
So,
but they did not go offshore 80
That's right,
miles.
they didn't go there.
They weren't concentrating there. You never know. You just never know.
Yeah.
So anyway, hope for the best for him and the family. Pray for a
yes,
Rapid,
my condolences. That's horrible.
and there's always the possibility that he did make it to shore. I mean, those are isolated islands down there. They don't necessarily have people on them.
Right.
They could have made it to the shore. Boaters, several things. One, put that life jacket on, especially if you're alone, and also put yourself with a VHF radio, handheld radio. No, it doesn't reach a long ways, but if you see somebody out there searching for you, you can start hollering because they can see you.
Yeah,
and
they
can
said they
hear
had
you.
tried to ping his cell phone, but I learned
No.
from going out on your boat, you get out a certain distance and you have no cell
There
phone.
is no cell phone once you get out there, and they probably pinged it up to the last point,
Yes.
and that could give them a clue.
Tragic story.
Mhm.
I hope
So,
it works. I hope it
I-
has some light.
and for you, lesson learned.
Right.
Let's get real this year, okay? All of us, not just you and me, but me and you,
Safety, safety, safety.
because it's dangerous out there. And if you're all alone, it multiplies the danger. I don't know how many times over. You know, anything can happen. Fall overboard or whatever.
Yeah.
Any of that stuff can happen.
I'm sad to say I'm
Hate it.
bored that I
Yeah,
wasn't wearing
I
a
just think
life
that
jacket.
if you're going to go out that far, you should always make a point to bring somebody with you.
I don't want to go out there. I don't. I mean, I'll take my boat and go from here to Moorhead if I'm transporting for
Right.
one reason or another. But only if I'm staying inshore in the intercoastal. I don't
Yeah.
generally run offshore to run to Moorhead all alone. It ain't that much fun, for one thing. Lenore County seems to make a lot of crime news. I mean, it has for years. I know that, but every day I'm reading headlines. A 21-year-old man is cooling his heels in the county jailhouse after leading deputies on a chase this week. Xavier Mitchell of Kinston driving in the Pink Hill area when a narcotics unit tried to stop him. The officers say Mitchell led them on a brief chase, then he pulled over, gave up. He faces charges in addition to eluding arrest for possession of narcotics. One more time, guys, not sure how fast your car goes, maybe 100 miles per hour. But those police radios travel at 186,000 miles per second.
Yes.
Don't even think about it. And if you're trying to run from the narcs, oh my. Coming up at 7:30 this morning, we're going to be chatting again with Dr. Rosemary Stein. She's going to join us. She's a pediatrician out of the Burlington area. She sees a lot of kids on a regular basis. And she's a great pediatrician, and she's really dedicated to the profession, also dedicated to helping kids in all sorts of ways, including schoolwork. A good, healthy kid will do better in school,
Oh,
Always.
yes.
right? We have a doggy in here.
Yes, she's
have
about
a-
to go inside.
A Lucy in here this
She
morning.
likes a little bit of love and then she wants to go
Then
inside.
she wants to join the other crowd, the rest of the mob, but she gets
She
it all
goes
to
in
her
and tries
house.
to run the roost in there.
Oh, she will.
Yeah.
She wants to do
I'll
that.
take her. I'll take her. She's so cute.
Everybody would like to have her.
I want Jake.
Oh, Jake is just like, he's hard to get out of the house. I mean, except in the backyard. He doesn't even want to take a walk.
Mm-mm.
He's been sheltered a lot.
Yeah.
So let's just put it that way. So he's gradually, I took him out the other day for a walk. Shockwave went along. Robbie led Shockwave and
Yeah.
Jake led me.
hmm
So we walked up and down the block here a little bit.
Well,
So
good.
it was good for all of
He
us.
needed that.
He needed it and I needed it.
He's very, very attached to Robbie.
Oh, good gracious. Yes, that's the reason I took him that day.
Yeah.
You got to break that habit a little bit.
Yeah.
He needs to be
Very
friendly
attached
to
to her.
everyone.
Yeah. He's sweet. Y'all
He's-
hadn't seen him. He's a sweet
Oh
boy.
man, he is something else.
And very
They
soft.
all are.
Yeah.
Even the cats come around.
Not according to Candy, but yes.
Well, Candy's not over here enough to bother with the cat.
She hates that
I
cat.
know she does.
That cat's huge. It looks like a bobcat. For those that
Well,
have never
he's-
seen Rayford's cat,
He's lost
Like a
a little
Black
weight.
Panther.
He's lost a little weight. He's getting on age.
was he weigh like 80 now?
80 down to 80 pounds.
Uh-huh.
No, he's probably 16, 17 pounds. He
It's
was at
way
20,
more than that,
21.
Rayford. That
Yeah,
cat
not-
is
not anymore.
huge.
Not anymore. I mean, he's almost 18 years old.
And
That's
still
a-
going strong. He don't like
Still
it.
going strong. He jumps the fence in there, the little gate.
Yeah.
So he could get to his food and in and out of it.
Oh, I believe it.
Yeah, my little dog that I had to say goodbye to a couple of weeks ago, she was almost 19.
Wow.
19. That's
My
all that
goodness
good
gracious.
life she was living.
There you go.
You know, she was queen of the house.
It's not always wise to have politicians speak to school students.
Oh Lord, who's doing that?
Oh, yeah,
makes me
especially on
nervous.
topics where their ignorance is plastered all over the classrooms. Case in point, U.S. Representative Sheila Jackson Lee, a Texas Democrat, was explaining space.
Oh no. Oh no.
Space in her head.
Prepare to get ready for it. Was explaining space to some school kids down in Texas. She said that the sun is really hot and it's impossible to get very close to it. She said, though, that our moon is much more manageable. That's when she got weird. She called our moon a planet. She called it Planet Moon and said
No,
that
she
it is
didn't.
and said that it is a complete rounded circle made up mostly of gases. Yes, her words.
What?
I guess those moon rocks that have been brought back to Earth are more gas than rocks, right? She continued explaining to the bewildered students. These are teenagers now.
And I
in high
guarantee
school.
they even knew.
Oh, they did. That's why the question is why or how could we as humans live on the moon? And are the gases such that we could actually do that? She asked.
No one stopped her.
They were all bewildered. The Congresswoman continued
my.
making several statements that were questionable. In one statement, she told students the moon not only reflects the sun's light, but also emits unique light and energy. You have the energy of the moon at night.
What?
She wasn't finished.
Okay, werewolf.
She's just Joe's sister.
Then she tried to explain how an eclipse happens. What you will see today, this was before the eclipse, what you will see today will be the closest distance that the moon has ever been in the last 20 years,
Mercy.
which means that's why they will shut the light down because they will be close to the earth, which is an amazing experience. You will be able to tell because there will be complete darkness.
Please tell me this woman is embarrassed about that.
She
No,
has no clue.
she's defending it.
Defending it how?
Well, I didn't, y'all just don't understand what I said. Yeah, we did.
No.
Yeah.
Oh my.
Yeah, we
Oh, my.
did, Sheila. We understood what you said.
I'm
Too
sure
bad.
even the kids understood.
Understood that this woman doesn't know what she's talking about.
Crazy. Mhm.
Yeah, all of the above. She doesn't know what she's talking about, and she is crazy.
I'm
She-
surprised a student didn't pipe up. At least one little smart aleck in there didn't pipe up and say,
I'm
"Hold
sure.
on."
I'm sure the teachers had instructed their students under threat of physical impairment. Don't say anything.
See that I would have said something.
I know you would
Little-
have.
little
and you
teenage
and
Kelly
you would have
would
been
have said
back
something.
in the office, get your butt whacked.
No,
wet.
Kelly'd have her science book out there going like
I
running
had it
through
out.
the pages trying to find, where does it say this?
I would have pointed it out to her.
Whap, whap, whap. Don't do that again, Kelly. Yes,
No,
ma'am.
they wouldn't have spanked me at school.
Severe weather can be scary, especially when there's no notice. To get as much advance notice as possible, NOAA weather radios are the trick for your home or office. And I'm telling all y'all that again. The little radios monitor the National Weather Service 24 hours a day. And when an alert is broadcast, the radios activate and you will hear immediately what threats exist. When you're away from your home, you should make sure that your mobile phones are programmed to pick up emergency notifications that include the National Weather Service. In the event of a tornado, time is of the essence. We all should know that. Once you get the alert, you would be instructed to take shelter immediately. Know your surroundings. Make sure you know where you can shelter that will provide the best safety. You can find NOAA weather radios from various sources. They're pretty cheap, $25, $30. They can be programmed for your immediate area as well as a couple surrounding counties. During our upcoming summer months, you'll be alerted if a severe thunderstorm is coming your way. The daily severe weather tip is a courtesy of John Stars Electric, your Jacksonville Generac dealer. The team at John Stars are available to sit down with you to discuss what you need in the way of a standby emergency generator. Power outages, whether for an hour or all day, can occur because of severe weather, overloaded equipment, or even car crashes. For whatever reason, those outages seem to occur at the most inopportune time for us. John Stars Electric has a supply of Generac generators in stock ready for you. The team will discuss what needs you have and design a system for you. For me, I chose a unit that will handle my entire home as well as our live and local studio, just in case. I went the extra mile and made sure that even if I'm out of the country, if the power goes out, my generator automatically comes alive to power my freezers and more. Now, that's the real deal. Power up your life with a Generac generator from John Stars Electric. Call 910-989-1908 today. Now is the ideal time of year to take advantage of the professionals. It's all turnkey and worry-free, and they service what they sell. Again, that number to get you started, 910-989-1909. We have a caller. Who is it? Do you know?
Yes.
No,
Okay,
sure.
good morning. Who's this?
It's me. It's
Hey.
Mike in Swansboro.
Hey, Michael.
Mike.
Hey, what's up?
I called for another reason, but I wanted to just chime in on the Sheila Jackson Lee. The reason nobody piped up where she was speaking is because she was speaking before her constituents.
Oh.
Okay, gotcha.
I have an investment tip for all of you today and the listeners as well. It's guaranteed by the Swansboro Area Chamber of Commerce. I guarantee a 7.3% return on this investment.
Is this insider trading information?
No, it's not insider trading. It was announced yesterday.
Okay.
The Postal Commission went before the regulatory board, and they're going to jump the rate by 5 cents beginning July 14th.
Yeah.
Go out and buy
68
your,
cents to 73 cents. So go out and buy your Forever stamps.
yeah, go get them now.
Get them now. I'm going to get about.
Great for when you were a little kid at your lemonade stand. How much was a postage stamp back in the day?
I don't have to look at my lemonade stand because I never sold lemonade. But over here in the drawer, I've got some what we call QSL cards from the 1960s. Those are cards that hams exchange when they make contact with each other via the postal system. They got 3-cent stamps on them.
In the 60s.
Yes.
Wow. Well, that was a postcard rate, though.
No, that was I postcard rate was 2 cents at the time, but I couldn't get 2-cent stamps. So I always bought 3-cent
Yeah.
stamps.
My earliest recollection is 1968, and I think it was 7 or 8 cents for a first class letter.
Yeah, they jumped up quite a bit.
They started jumping up. It was flat for like the most of the 20th century.
Yep.
And then it started to jump.
I actually found some unused postcards in my grandmother's house way back when, somewhere in the 60s, that had never been mailed. They've never been written on, and they had 1-cent stamps on them, or they were a postcard with a stamp on it that said 1 cent,
Right.
Yeah.
pre-stamped.
Well, you better,
Go out and buy,
that's
go
a
out and buy your
treasure.
Forever stamps. You make some money.
Right. Good
Yeah.
point. I still have Forever stamps from several years ago.
So do we.
I
I,
don't-
I just don't mail that much stuff anymore.
Don't tell the post office I say this, but I
Well,
just don't
but
ever mail
to-
anything.
No.
To their credit, that was probably the best move they did consumer-wise.
Oh, I agree.
Just for this reason, Lee, when the rates would jump by a penny or two, people were going out having to buy a sheet of.
Yes.
stamps.
Oh,
Which was
I
ridiculous.
carried penny stamps, 3 centers, 2 centers, 5 centers, 10 cents. It was a pain,
Yeah.
but we did what we had to do.
All right, guys, I got to go.
Thanks,
you.
Mike.
Thanks for the trader tip, inside trader tip. We'll go out and buy some stamps.
Yes.
What I'm going to do is I'll buy a bunch of those stamps. And when the rates do go into effect and people need stamps, you can come to me. I'll sell you mine
For like a penny less
penny less than the going rate.
than going rate. Okay.
Wonder
Go
if
buy
that's
some
legal.
rolls.
I don't know that that's legal, Rayford.
Do you think it's illegal?
I never heard that it was.
No,
so-
it happens. It's just like if you go into like some of these stores, like Food Lion,
Yeah,
for
they
an
got stamps.
example, you can buy stamps for the
You
book
can.
value.
Mhm.
You go into some of these other places and they charge you a few cents more
There
for
you
that
go.
book of stamps. So
They take advantage of your need. The Marine Forecast brought to you by each day at this time by Community Prevention Services here in Jacksonville. We've read bad things about vaping. And we also know that the Onslow Sheriff's Office and the Jacksonville Police
That's
Department and others have got vaping places in their sights, especially when this involves young people, right? Kelly knows all about that.
Yep.
You got all sorts of issues and
Mhm.
stories there. The people who are in their formative years are the most susceptible to these problems.
Especially with the problems related to it. Yes.
Yes. Well, North Carolina is number 2 in the nation in teen vaping. Did you know that? Kelly
Mhm.
told me.
Mm-hmm.
Here's an idea for the parents among us. Learn about vapes. First of all, we see these signs, we see these stores, we see these people who are huffing and puffing, and we say, you can't smoke here. I'm not smoking, I'm vaping. Well, what does that mean? What's in that vape that they're putting into our air that I'm breathing? Do we know? I don't know.
Depends on the vape.
Parents, you need to learn. Do not take the word of your children
Correct.
who say, I'm just vaping and everybody's doing it and it's harmless. It's nothing but steam.
It's not true.
That's a lie.
Mhm.
You might just simply find out what the various kinds of vapes there are that your kids have easy access to and put your foot down. Community Prevention Services offers free information on all substance misuse prevention issues for youth and adults. And good thing is they're right here in Jacksonville. Community Prevention Services, 918 Henderson Drive. Give them a call today at 910-353-0972. That's 910-353-0972. Offshore today, southwesterly winds around 10 knots, seas 2 to 3 feet, dominant period 7 seconds, sounds and rivers a light chop. This is their last day that you're going to have that's going to be halfway decent. It's going to start increasing. I don't know when, but by tomorrow, winds out of the south at 15 to 20 knots becoming southerly 25 to 30 in the afternoon, gust up to 35 knots. A 35 knot wind is about 42 miles per hour. That can flip you over if you get a wave generated by that wind. Seas 4 to 6 feet, building to 6 to 9 in the afternoon tomorrow. Dominant period 6 seconds, sounds and rivers chopping, increase to very rough in the afternoon. Southwesterly winds again on Friday, 25 knots, gust to 30, seas 8 to 11 feet. 6 to 9 near shore, sounds and rivers rough.
Today, partly sunny, a high of 77, with wind gusts as high as 20 miles an hour. Tonight, the clouds will roll in. It will be a low of 61. Tomorrow, showers and thunderstorms, high of 71. It says breezy with the winds 11 to 21 miles an hour, with gusts as high as 28 miles an hour. Tomorrow night, more of the same, low of 58, with a 32 mile an hour gust during the night tomorrow night. That's kind of a yikes.
Yep,
Man.
it is going to be.
And then on Friday, though, everything starts to turn around. It'll be mostly sunny, a high of 73, still a little gusty, but Sunday it's looking like it's going to be 80. Monday, 83. People can call out of work.
All right, going to take a quick break, pay a few commercial bills, and then we'll be right back. And we should have Dr. Rosemary Stein when we get back.
Jimmy. Is your phone plan messing with your savings plan? Don't get stuck paying for things you don't want. With Verizon, you only pay for what you need. And for a limited time, when you bring your own phones to a Verizon store, you'll get an amazing price on your plan. Plus, you'll save on things you actually love, like the Netflix and Max with Ads bundle. And it's on our award-winning 5G network. Bring your phones to your Verizon store today for an incredible deal. A better plan to save is Verizon. Additional terms and conditions apply.
Thanks for calling Discover. This is Anjali.
Hi, it's Jennifer Coolidge. I just got an alert for a strange charge on my card.
No problem. We make sure you're never held responsible for unauthorized purchases on your Discover card. Let's see. Did you purchase something from a t-shirt cannon store yesterday?
Absolutely not. No, I already have like 3.
$0 fraud liability guarantee. It pays to Discover. Learn more at discover.com/credit card. Limitations apply.
A plan every adult family member should consider is the pre-arranged funeral. It's the worry-saving thing to do for your family. Making pre-arrangements helps to alleviate the additional stress on family members that can come with arranging a loved one's funeral. Jones Funeral Home's prepaid funeral plan helps remove confusion. They make a practical evaluation of costs possible, and it's the best way to take an unpleasant task off the shoulders of the family. Call Jones Funeral Home at 455-1281.
With locations in Jacksonville, Richland, Swansboro, and Holly Ridge.
In a season of falling temperatures and rising energy bills, your local Bryant professional is always ready, standing by to protect your home's comfort and defend you from uncomfortable temperatures and the higher energy bills associated. Ready to do whatever it takes for your home. Your
1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 6,
to be comfortable without breaking the bank. Because when the temperature falls, that's when your local Bryant professional turns up the heat.
Here's a 362.
This winter, Down East Heating and Air Conditioning serving our community for over 25 years. Also, Down East can help you with your home guttering needs. Call Down East today.
I wish I could find the part. I had one from a guy. We had a post office.
Looking for a job?
1091.
El Genio Italiano restaurant wants you. We're currently
And one
hiring
time,
hosts,
I got a
servers,
postcard
bartenders, and
with my
dishwashers.
all
El Genio Italiano is a family-owned,
no
fast-paced restaurant that offers the best in fine dining on the Crystal Coast. If you're
I was getting so
hardworking,
many.
professional, and have a desire to always strive for better, we want to talk to you. Make great money and be a part of an outstanding, dedicated team. Il Chino Italiano on West Corbett Avenue in Swansboro.
It's live and local. Real talk on Freedom 97.1, 1120 AM, WSME.
Well, y'all got to hear a little bit about the stamps and stuff that we had there because the microphone was hot. Always in the studio, you got to watch out for hot microphones. You know that? Yeah, well, at least we didn't say anything bad except about 3-cent stamps. Dr. Rosemary Stein, good morning. How are you?
I am doing well. Good morning.
Good. How's everything going up there in Burlington?
Well, I was just thinking before the call, what should we talk about? And one of the things I think, since illness is a little bit down, or quite down, so we should talk about what might be happening in our schools and our homes when little Johnny or little Mary hasn't been paying attention all year, and all of a sudden it is an emergency in April.
Oh, well, yeah. I mean, now it's time to buckle down. You better get with it, right? Otherwise, you may be in the same grade next year.
And it actually is probably very late. I would say maybe too late, but very, very late. It makes everybody anxious because the schools need their quotas, and the parents really want their children to pass.
Mm-hmm.
And so, what we've sort of neglected all year, and we didn't think that the kid was doing well, and they've been on the phone maybe too long and not paying attention. It's going to be hard to fix in the matter of only, let's say, between 6 and 8 weeks.
Yeah. Well, buckle down at the last minute is kind of like cramming for an exam. You don't remember anything. You don't learn anything. You memorize it, but you don't remember it.
It doesn't stick with you.
No, it doesn't.
Maybe the lesson hopefully will stick with you, but I don't think that the information is going to stick with you much.
Nah, just as long as I can get through this year, I'll be all right next year. No problem.
Yeah, that leaves gaps in our learning for our kids.
Mm-hmm.
And if you squeak by, you don't get much of a lesson out of the whole thing.
No, totally agree with you. So, how are kids doing physically? We got any ailments that people need to know about?
Well, we still have a little bit of strep, and believe it or not, we have a few cases of the flu floating around. And lots of stomach stuff that actually sends kids to the hospital because they're throwing up a lot and getting dehydrated. So lots of hand washing and the probiotics, healthy foods. That's also good. And if we can decrease our eating out, that'd be really good too, because that's where a lot of the foodborne illnesses come from.
Really?
It's from eating out.
Okay. I mean, is that at like regular restaurants? Or are we talking about fast food or what?
Well, the more that you go out to eat, the more unknown hands that
gotcha.
Prepare your stuff.
That's gross.
So each time you go out,
So gross.
and the sanitary rating is not the highest, or even when it is, I mean, it just has a whole bunch of people that are preparing your food. So our philosophy, Dave and mine, is that we might eat out once a week, but we try to eat as much as we can inside our home, and that decreases illness. And I can't afford to be sick, and most parents out there can't either.
No, I understand that. Trying to stay home and be sick to recover is also a pain. And you never get caught up when you have to do that. I can tell you that right now. You're just behind. So you have to blow it off. You just lost time.
Well, and now that we're going into summer, Dr. Rose brought up a good point. This is the South, and a lot of churches have like homecomings, and
I was thinking about that the other day.
Where everyone brings a dish, so to speak,
before you go.
Look, not everybody prepares food and cooks the way you do. So you sometimes are taking your life in your hands, and you don't know how. Just because they attend your church and you think they are hygienic doesn't mean they are.
Cats on their counter.
Oh, so gross.
Well, and the other thing is, in some of the churches that I've been to in the past as a kid, They had what they called the Sunday spread right after church.
Yeah.
And they strung fencing, 4-foot wide fencing, like hog fence wire.
Yeah.
Right.
And they strung it between two trees, drawn really tight,
Yeah.
made like a table.
Yeah.
And they'd throw tablecloths over it, up and down it. And then everybody would put their covered dishes on it.
But they sit out in the heat.
And they
like
sit out in the
mayonnaise
sea,
and-
I just
and
look for
the
the box.
bugs and everything
I
else.
just look
up
for the
there.
box of
So
Krispy
gross.
Kremes. I figure those are safe.
But yeah, I mean, that's a
And
thing.
advice with that is the fresher the food, the better.
Yes.
I know those casseroles are delicious, but many times if they've been outside for a little while or food prepared with mayonnaise, those are the ones that can go bad the fastest.
Of course.
And if somebody's got a delicate stomach, those might be the ones that you want to stay away from. Just the casseroles and the salads with like pasta salads and potato salads that have been laid outside.
You know, the mayonnaise and stuff like that, or either I was extremely healthy and I could fight off anything as a kid or as a young person. I worked some construction jobs, you know, in the summertime. We always carried sandwiches with us. Guess what's on those sandwiches?
Yes.
Bologna sandwich with mayo and mustard.
Yeah.
And guess where they sat? In a cooler? We didn't have coolers.
That's right. In your
Sat in the
lunchbox.
truck.
Yeah.
Oh.
So maybe the truck was so hot that it just like hot food,
Oh, I don't know. It's just
but I never got sick.
made us strong, I guess.
But I think we were made of something a little different back then.
Yeah, there you go. I ate dirt a lot as a
our
little
immune
child.
system
Yeah, we
was more
played,
prepared
Played
for-
outside,
for
yeah.
that kind of stuff. But the other
Drank
thing is,
out of
it
the
was,
water hose.
you know, one pair of hands that prepared it, so the chances that it was carrying something from somebody else really decreased.
Yeah.
I think I believe that the foodborne illness stuff is more from people to people than just the food going bad.
Yeah, I think so too.
But there's a portion of both.
Dr. Rose, a listener has a question. They want us to ask you about strep throat. Is that still a thing currently, or is it kind of diminishing?
No, well, it is diminishing, but it's still very much. We're getting quite a bit of positives. I don't know about your area, but here we're getting probably about 10 to 15 out of maybe 300 patients that we're seeing, and that's including the well and the sick. So maybe out of 150 sick patients, we're getting about 10 to 15 positive strep. So that's a very good portion out of our illness.
It's a lot, yeah.
That's that's pretty scary in
And
itself.
when you suspect it, it should be checked for and it should be treated because it can cause problems on your heart, problems in your kidneys. It can even cause some neurological problems. So,
No, really.
and it can cause arthritis, rheumatic fever.
Wow.
So all of those things, all of those things are pretty dangerous. So you really got to just check it and treat it if you have it.
Hey, I had, as the ladies here will tell you, I had the scratch syndrome for the past couple of weeks or so. I mean,
Like
top
a
of my head
dog
to
with
the,
fleas.
as I think I told you before, to my toes were itching. Everywhere in between was itching.
What do you
constantly.
make us itch? Just
Well-
watching him itch.
Well, I found what the problem was. It's
Uh-oh.
one of the devices
all
that
ears.
one
Me
of the
too.
devices that I was using for arthritis on as a rub on my feet and my legs and my knees and my elbows and my shoulder. I stopped using it. I got suspicious
How did you come to that conclusion?
because I had tried everything else.
Okay. Okay.
And it's something, the funny thing was, it's something I'd been using for quite a while. It had given me no
And
problems.
then all of a sudden it did.
But
Yeah.
apparently you can develop allergies to certain things.
You can.
Right?
Yep.
That's true. Your immune system does change, and sometimes you've not been allergic to something, and whoop, there it goes.
Yep.
And now you're allergic.
That's me.
So yeah, you have to go through the whole list of things that you're using and eliminate them, and start on a clean slate, and then bring things back in, and that
Yeah.
usually will do it. But
Well-
that was a great process of elimination, Mr. Rayford.
This was the first one that I chose, and I just got suspicious of it, so I chose that one first. No rhyme, no
Yeah.
reason, because
I
I've got
can't use-
several different ones that I've been
Right.
using, and that one I've been using for quite a while. And guess what? Not a good plan. Now, it may be, I'm told, that I can go back to it on a limited basis from time to time, not on a daily basis, but just try it again from time to time. One just one day for this one day for that one, because they all work. And just mix them up. Is that a thing or is that a me thing?
How are your aches and pains right now?
Well, my aches and pain, because I'm using the other stuff, it's doing much better. I mean, it's under control.
Well, then you don't need to use them right now then.
I'll have to use one because I'm using one right now. If I don't, I'll hurt.
All right.
So that one's okay.
Well, that one's okay.
So I use that one until it causes me to itch, right? Right, and then I switch back.
That's right. That's right. I often say that wait about 3 to 6 months because the body will sometimes forget it.
Okay.
And then you can try it again.
Okay. Well, we'll give that one a whirl then, because I've got a potpourri up there. It's, you know how you go to certain people's homes, and like I did with my grandmother, she had about 4 million bottles of pills.
Mhm.
I feel that way with these lotions that I've got.
I told you what lotion to get.
Lord have mercy. I haven't found that one yet.
It's the number one dermatologist recommended.
In other words, the dermatologists are paid to recommend this one.
No, it's highly recommended.
Okay, Doc.
I've used it.
Let
It's
me
good.
ask. The number one thing that doctors prescribe is Tylenol at a hospital.
No.
Well, then I found out. Then I found out that the hospitals were getting barrels of Tylenol and that they were giving them out to the patients when they needed something for pain relief and charging them $7 a pill for it. There were 2 pills in a packet. Uh-oh. That was in another hospital,
Well.
not here. But that was documented because I know somebody who worked at the hospital who was handing out those things and refused to put it down on the list because the patients were being charged $7 a pill, $14 for a dose.
Oh, that is just sad.
Yep. So, anyway, that's and I got the papers to document it. I got some bills that were slipped to me. They stopped that process at that hospital, by the way.
Stop the itching talk.
Dr. Rosemary Stein, the ladies here are scratching, so we're going to have to go and take a scratch break.
Well, you guys have a fabulous week. Enjoy.
Thank you.
enjoy
You
the spring.
too.
You too. You're live at Local Real Talk, Freedom 97.1, 1120 AM, WSME.
Freedom 97.1 WSA.
Hey, race fans, New River All America Speedway, 4744 Richlands Highway, Jacksonville's Action Attraction, presents the National Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram 250 with the Z-Max Cars Tour this Saturday, April 13th at 7 p.m. Featuring NASCAR legend Dale Earnhardt Jr. and the biggest names in short track racing. Get ready for some fun and excitement as the racing season gets underway. Reserve your spot now. General admission tickets $25. Seniors, military, kids 6 to 12, $12 cash at the gate. Kids 5 and under free. Advanced tickets available online at newriverspeedway.com. It's the National Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram 250 this Saturday, April 13th at 7 p.m. Featuring NASCAR legend Dale Earnhardt Jr. And the only place you're going to see it is at New River All-America Speedway, 4744 Richlands Highway in Jacksonville.
Southern Touch Painting, Maintenance, Power Washing, and Roofing specializes in residential and commercial interior and exterior painting. In fact, they paint most anything except cars, including homes, businesses, apartment complexes, decks, and they do minor repairs, wood repairs, pressure washing, waterproofing, and more, including storm repair and cleanup. Southern Touch Painting, Maintenance, Power Washing, and Roofing, fully licensed, insured, and locally owned and operated by Roger Carroll Jr. References available and customer satisfaction is always guaranteed. So if you want to paint and maintain, power wash, or need a new roof, call Southern Touch Painting, Maintenance, and Power Washing at 910-939-0749 or visit southerntouchpaintingnc.com. Southern Touch Painting, Maintenance, Power Washing, and Roofing salutes our troops and is proud to be part of the continued growth of Onslow and surrounding counties. When you need comforting, who do you call? An old friend, right? Jacksonville Heating Contractors services the heating and cooling needs of our area with dependable quality train systems, guaranteeing indoor comfort for your home or business. In addition to quality train systems, Jacksonville Heating Contractors offers 24-hour emergency service, NATE certified technicians, and over 50 years of experience and service you can trust. And with a Jacksonville Heating Contractor service agreement, you never pay retail for heating or cooling services and receive priority scheduling. Remember, an ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure. And in New Bern, you can call Trent Heating and Air Conditioning 252-633-2200. In Morehead City, Sea Air Heating and Cooling 252-247-1122. If you need service or repairs, just call an old friend. Jacksonville Heating Contractors, an independent Trane dealer. It's hard to stop at Trane. For deals on Trane systems and more, visit anoldfriend.com or call 910-347-2843.
Welcome to Lane & Associates Family Dentistry, where we love to make you smile. Now proud to be working with Doctors Kim and Tommy Morgan, formerly Morgan Family Dentistry. The Jacksonville and Richlands Morgan offices of Lane & Associates Family Dentistry blends the latest technology with personal care and attention, so you have an amazing dental experience. The offices of Lane & Associates welcome all ages and accepts all major insurances, including military. Lane & Associates Family Dentistry has been serving the state of North Carolina for over 40 years, with 2 locations in Jacksonville, Richlands, and Maysville. Call for an appointment today at 877-LANE-DDS or online at lanedds.com. Welcome to Lane & Associates Family Dentistry.
It's live and local. Real talk on Freedom 97.1 WSME.
I just want to know what I do when I lose my headphones. I have to look for them. Good gracious.
They were on your head.
No, they fell off. That's the reason I was trying to take glasses off. Headphones came off and then I couldn't find them. Whatever.
Well, you're just a mess this
I needed my
morning.
glasses on to find the headphones.
All this itching, scratching.
Oh, don't do that.
I know, stop.
Let's see. We got some time here. I'm going to give you one that's going to make you mad. Actually, it's going to make you kind of sick. Then it's going to make you mad. Then you're going to get sick again. Get down to it. This guy in Missouri, back in 2006, he was trying to get money to pay drug dealers. His cousin, a female, refused him. So he shot his cousin and her husband. Both died. It took 18 years, but 52-year-old Brian Dorsey was put to death last night. Got him about 6 o'clock.
Kill him.
Yeah,
Okay.
finally.
I knew they were arguing about it.
They only gave him one shot and didn't do the cocktail. Phenobarbital, an overdose.
Oh, yeah. Boom.
He took a few deep breaths as the drug was injected, then several shallow, quick breaths. At one point, he raised his head from the pillow and blinked hard. The final blinks, I guess. After several, you're thinking I'm being cruel and unusual here, but just wait till I finish. After several seconds, all movement stopped. A spiritual advisor seated next to the gurney continued to speak. It was unclear what he was saying because the room is soundproof. The Supreme Court had denied 2 of the guy's last appeals. Hold on.
I know what you're about to say.
Evidence presented during the trial showed Dorsey entered the couple's home while they were sleeping, shot both to death with a shotgun that he got from their garage, had sex with his cousin's body,
Oh.
then left the home, leaving the couple's 4-year-old daughter alone. Her parents came over the next day because she was supposed to be, this was on December 23rd. On December 24th, she was supposed to show up. They were supposed to show up at the family residence at her parents. They came by, found the daughter, found the baby in the living room saying, "Mommy won't wake up."
That's awful.
That was Christmas Eve,
How long ago did that happen?
2006.
And it took this long.
18 years, which is fairly fast this day and
I
time.
agree.
That's a horrible
I know they
story.
were trying to halt this execution. Do we know why? What they were using?
Oh, probably some drug that sometimes worked and sometimes did not work immediately. I'm telling you, folks, you do an overdose of phenobarbital, it's one and done.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
Yeah.
If you don't want to use that, ask the guys at the border. They got plenty of
Give me some fentanyl. Yeah.
It's free.
Yeah.
It's free. Just give them a double shot of that.
Yeah.
Wow.
Come with a double shot of your baby's love if you want to. See ya. You're live in local Real Talk Freedom 97.1, 1120 AM WSME.
Freedom 97.1.
Hello, shoppers. Take advantage of these specials and many, many more at your locally owned and operated Richlands Piggly Wiggly, where good things cost less. Down home, down the street. Highway 24, Richlands. Fresh ground chuck, 10 pounds or more, $2.99 a pound. Certified Angus beef family pack, T-bone steaks, $11.99 a pound. Boneless chuck roast, $5.79 a pound. St. Louis style pork ribs, $2.49 a pound. Prairie fresh Boston whole butt, just $1.99 $1.49 a pound. Spring Mountain Farm fresh whole chicken, $1.59 a pound. Red Seedless grapes, 99 cents a pound. And russet potatoes, great for baking, just $2.99 per bag. Enjoy down-home country cooking in the deli 7 days a week in the store. Dine in or take out, featuring hot, fresh chicken that will make you smile. Country breakfast starts at 5:30 a.m. daily in your Richlands Piggly Wiggly Deli and is home to the famous Merle Bowl. You can also take advantage of the fast, friendly pharmacy located inside Richlands Piggly Wiggly. Richlands Piggly Wiggly, down home, down the street, where good things cost less. Highway 24, Richlands. Remember, save big with the pig.
Have you gotten your copy of Topsail Times newspaper this week? If not, did you know that Topsail Times is Topsail area's only local newspaper in print? Started a little over a year ago, we now have over 1,500 online subscribers and 5,000 printed copies that go out every 2 weeks. And we never charge our readers. Information should be free to our readers, and we stick by that. Looking for an idea for date night? Want to learn some local history? How about asking a veterinarian about your pet? These things and more are available in each copy of the Topsail Times newspaper. Want to get the word out about your business? We offer great rates for full color ads, and the online paper version is always included for free. Need help designing the perfect ad? We can do that too. We're always looking for human interest stories, so start writing. And we love local photos too. Check out our website at topsailtimes.net, where you can find out where to pick up a copy or check out our latest publication online.
Chico's Tires, 2320 Wilmington Highway is Jacksonville's oldest tire company, and now Jacksonville's newest tire company is Little Chico's, located at 1675 North Marine Boulevard. Little Chico's carries all the major brands and all sizes, such as Michelin, Goodyear, B.F. Goodrich, Bridgestone, and many others. And all new tires have warranty. In addition to a great selection of new tires, Little Chico's has used tires starting at only $30. In addition to new and used tires, Little Chico's does brake service, minor auto and truck repair, expert custom window tinting, and towing. So if you need tires, new or used, brake service, minor auto or truck repair, expert window tinting, or if you need a tow, visit Jacksonville's newest tire store, Little Chico's, 1675 North Marine Boulevard. By phone 910-333-0473 for Little Chico's Tire Service, located at 1675 North Marine Boulevard, right here in Jacksonville.
Humphrey Heating and Air Conditioning, your trusted local Carrier indoor weather team. Serving all of your heating and air conditioning needs since 1967, now offers residential and commercial duct to dryer vent cleaning, and now offers expert residential and commercial plumbing service. In case of a power outage due to a storm or for any reason, be prepared with a Generac generator for your home or business. Humphrey Heating and Air Conditioning has Generac generators in stock ready to install today. Remember, better breathing comes with cleaner air. Let Humphrey Heating and Air Conditioning improve the air quality in your home or business with professional air duct cleaning. As always, Humphrey Heating and Air Conditioning is available 24/7 for all your heating, cooling, and plumbing emergency needs. Turn to the Carrier experts. Humphrey Heating and Air Conditioning, with locations in Jacksonville and Hampstead. Visit online, humphreyheating.com. And follow us on Facebook and Instagram. Humphrey Heating and Air Conditioning since 1967. Relax, we're on the way.
Freedom 97.1 WSME.
It's live and local real talk on Freedom 97.1 WSME.
Yeah, Kelly's got a good story here you want to talk about?
I do have a story.
Okay, good.
My first question is, and this is a question that I don't know the answer to, but I'm hoping it is a thing. Does anybody know if the school buses here, whether they're the special needs buses or the regular school buses, have cameras on them? That's my first question. Do we know?
I don't know, but I think that I have seen some video pictures from the buses,
Okay.
or from some of the buses. I don't know which one.
Well, I definitely hope they do. And then my next statement I'm going to make before I talk about what I'm going to talk about is I think anybody that works, especially with special needs kids, needs to have training on how to do that because especially when you're working with kids that are autistic, and definitely especially when you've got nonverbal autistic kids. And it's not a one size fits all, which I've said with any disability, you never invoke a one size fits all policy because you could have 5 people with the same disability and they all have to be treated in a different way.
How widespread would the training need to be? Let's just take, I'm assuming you're going to talk about bus drivers for that.
Well, this is a bus aid, but yes.
Whatever. But either way, for those who ride school buses who are officials of some sort or another, how much training would it require to be able to handle all of the disabilities?
It wouldn't require a lot because you could give the generalities and, and say, this are because some things are going to have common features no matter what.
Mm-hmm.
And, especially on a bus, a lot of times if they have a bus aid, usually that leads me to believe it's like a special needs bus. And they've got certain protocols, let's say they're in a wheelchair, for example, or whatever. There's a way to buckle
Well,
them in.
you
way to
got two
put 'em on.
different situations there.
Yeah. You have an
The
aid.
physical and the
Yeah. So, it wouldn't require a lot of training, but it requires knowledge. And this is where I'm going into how dumb are you when there are cameras on the bus? So a mom in Denver has a 10-year-old autistic son. He's nonverbal. And back in January, he came home with bruises all over his body.
Uh-oh.
In February, he came home with a black eye. And in March, a couple weeks ago, he came home with a bruised foot. So the bus aide kept saying that he was hitting himself with a toy and whatever. Finally, the mom, I guess it clicked with her that there's video on the bus, and she asked to review it. The aide was abusing the kid.
Uh-oh. Where's the bus driver?
Yeah, that was my first question. Then the aide, her name is Kiara Jones. She's 28, was charged. And this is where I have an issue. 1 count of third-degree assault on an at-risk person. She was released from jail shortly after. Now, the school system fired her immediately once she was arrested, which yay to them for that. But to law enforcement, I said, in my opinion, there could have been a better charge.
You don't know how severe that punishment is for that charge, do you?
No, not in Denver, Colorado.
It could be very severe.
Let's hope so. I'm gonna look it up. But she's enabled a public defender, and she is don't leave the door. She has obviously been terminated, which is a good thing. But I think this goes into, and another parent on the bus, that same bus, had a kid injured. So now they're thinking, I need to look at the cameras as well. And on the same bus, an 11-year-old nonverbal had injuries. So now the police they're starting to review a lot of video and seeing how many other victims, because they've already found more than one student that was autistic was abused. Oh my.
This is one to take to the school board.
Well, this is a mama. I'll tell you what, I give this woman some mad props because she said she could only watch 2 minutes of her son getting elbowed, punched, and hit
By
the aide, the
really?
adult, her
Really?
autistic nonverbal son. I'm telling you what, I am saying this again. This woman has definitely, I give her mad props because as a parent, we don't want our children abused in any way. And then when you've got a nonverbal child that cannot communicate being treated this way on more than one occasion,
in
about what
jail.
is, I'm telling you.
I'd be in jail.
And my question is, like you said, where was the bus driver?
That's what I want
They
to know.
had to have known this was going on.
Okay, I drove a bus, right? I got
Yeah.
a big old
You got
mirror up
that
there in front of me,
mirror.
a huge mirror. I could see people picking their nose on the last row.
But you can hear a punch.
Of course.
You can hear a whatever.
Well,
I
not
just,
necessarily because
yeah. These buses, especially if it was a special needs bus, doesn't have 40 kids on it. There may be 5 kids, maybe 10.
I had 72.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So, oh my word, I can't. So anyway, I think that this is where parents of children in general need to be vigilant, but definitely when you have special needs kids, you need to be vigilant and you need to know who's working with your kids. Bottom line.
Absolutely. All right, we'll take a break, but I'm going to tell you about the school buses back in the 60s. My bus, mine was a typical bus. It had what they called 67 capacity, maximum capacity. I routinely had 72 on board. It was my route. What else am I going to do? Leave beside the road? Nope, can't do that. So I had 5 over. 67, you know how many are standing in the aisle to include that 67? 13. The bus would only seat 54.
Right. They can't do that now, I don't think.
I hope
But
not.
Yeah, I know.
They're not allowed to.
I hope not, because we only could drive 35 miles miles per hour, and that was bad enough trying to hit the brakes because you got everybody in the aisle coming forward.
Yeah.
And according to one of our listeners, the buses here do have cameras.
I'm pretty
Thanks,
sure
Mike.
Which I'm very glad to hear.
Yes.
they need to be reviewed on a regular basis.
And I would say if a parent has an issue, I think they would have the right to request the cameras.
Those are public stuff.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Sure.
Not a doubt
And
about
if my
that
kid's
one.
been bullied on the bus, I'm going to want to look at the video. Bottom line.
I just want to look at it regularly.
Yeah. See what's going on.
Let's take a break. You're live and local Real Talk Freedom 97.1, 1120 AM, WSME 910-333-0139. The number to call. I hope you'll call as soon as we get back because Lee has got a missing dog report that we got to get out there. This is sad, but we got to find this dog. You're live and local Real Talk. We'll be right back.
WSME, Camp Lejeune, W246CJ, Jacksonville.
Fox News, I'm Gianna Gelosi. The House is going to send impeachment articles against Homeland Security Secretary Alejandro Mayorkas to the Senate next week, not today, as Senate Republicans want more time to make the case for a full trial, with Democrats threatening to dismiss the case. House Impeachment Manager Ben Klein on Fox.
We have these laws in place for a reason, to protect the public. This secretary has failed to enforce these laws, and people are dying in this country as a result. That's why he needs to be removed immediately.
House and Senate lawmakers will both get the chance to question Mayorkas today as he appears on Capitol Hill to ask for more money for his department. The Arizona Supreme Court upholding a 160-year-old law that outlaws nearly all abortions. Governor Katie Hobbs calling it a dark day for her state.
It must be repealed immediately.
The law bars all abortions except when the mother's life is at risk. America is listening to Fox News.
Freedom 97.1.
WSME.
It's live and local. Real Talk.
And we're back, and Lee has a doggone report to come on. What dog is missing?
Oh, okay. Let me, I had a phone call there. Somebody commenting on a story. April 6th, which was just last Saturday afternoon around 6:25 p.m., a woman was walking her dog and crossing Commons Boulevard over right there in McDaniel driving Commons Boulevard.
Okay.
She was hit by a car. She's okay. But at that moment, her dog took off running.
Oh.
And so this is their emotional support dog. And it's been very heartbreaking for them.
I'm sure.
And the owners are saying that they're really having a difficult time. They're struggling with the dog being missing. They're looking for the dog continuously. They've put out a lot of flyers. It's on Facebook. I'll share the story on our Facebook later. But it's a beautiful pit bull, approximately about
now,
85.
a lot of people will have this qualm about, okay, there's a loose pit bull out there. I can't go out there. Pit bulls are dangerous.
Right.
Not all pit bulls are dangerous.
Right, exactly. It's a beautiful pit dog. Pit bull is brown and white. One eye is like got the covering, the brown, and then the other eye, the fur is white. It's a beautiful dog, about 85 pounds. They've requested that you don't whistle or yell at it or anything. Just let them know where the dog is at so they can go get it. It's a female dog, beautiful dog named Nyla.
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 Well, you can say, hey,
N-A-L-A.
Just call the
Go either
dog's
way.
name.
Right.
Nyla.
But he was stationed at Camp Lejeune. He's stationed there, and he was deployed the day before the accident. But when he got word, he was able to come home the next morning. His wife is okay, but the dog's still missing, and they're really having a rough time. So I'll put the story on our Facebook page later and a picture of the dog. Beautiful dog. So
Okay, let's go find the dog.
right.
Okay, you guys
His-
in the Commons and surrounding area. Don't know how wide range that the dog will
Right.
go, but hopefully the dog will find its home and come home.
Right. Well, they're not going to stop looking for the dog until they find it. But
I'm sure Animal Control has
we'll put
been
his-
notified, right?
Right. We'll put the phone numbers out there. Yeah, it's on about every single social media page you can for this area. So we'll put the phone numbers and everything out of who to contact. But let's help him find his
Yes,
dog.
please.
I know how I would feel if that was my dog.
Mhm.
I just want to crawl into a hole and never come out.
Oh, you just want to keep looking.
Yes.
Yeah, right over there near the apartments.
Right. It's right across the North Side High School.
Right over by actually Commons Middle School.
Mhm.
Right, and there's
Well,
some
they're right
fields
next
right
door to
there.
each other,
Yeah.
yeah.
It's right there, and that dog. They didn't say which direction the dog ran. But
Probably didn't know.
yeah. It's a beautiful dog. I've seen the picture online. It's a
Okay.
very pretty dog.
Yeah,
I
very
feel like
beautiful.
someone has that dog.
Well, maybe somebody's
But I leave
feeding
in
the
the comments.
dog.
I'm gonna keep an eye out for it.
Maybe did not have a collar on. There you go again, folks.
Yeah.
Collar your dog, even if you're walking in on a leash. Make sure you've got some identification there. You never know what will
Right.
happen.
Well, as last night, the dog was still missing, so we'll put that out on our
Yeah.
page,
All right, that's
and
good.
so everybody keep watching.
Yeah.
Okay, out in California,
Oh no. Go ahead. What's happening?
McDonald's got a new meal. It's $25. It's basically another hamburger.
Well, because they up their
Minimum wage to $20.
Yeah.
This one chef out there, a lot of people have heard of him, Robert Irvine. I think he's the one that goes around and helps restaurants when they're maybe failing or something. Here's what you can do.
I never
He's
heard of it.
predicting 20% of small mom and pop businesses are going to go out of business.
Yep.
Wow.
There is nothing at McDonald's that I'm going to pay $25 for. I'm here to tell you right now. Nothing.
I went to McDonald's. I was in a hurry
Uh-huh.
several months back, many months ago. I wanted a little hamburger, not one of the big multi-thing burger whatevers. I just wanted a hamburger, no cheese, and an order of fries.
Did you get cheese on it, or
I did not get cheese on it
Okay.
because I stay at the restaurant. I order from inside,
Mhm.
and I stay there and I open it up in front of them.
Oh, you're one of those.
I don't
I'm
blame
one
you.
of
I
those.
remember McDonald's was where I got
'Cause-
the bun no burger.
Yeah, but you were
Yeah.
halfway down the road.
I was
weren't
so
you?
angry. Yes,
But
I
you
was-
do drive-throughs. I don't do that.
I had to. I was in the middle of two meetings, and I was going
don't
from one
care.
to the other.
How'd that work out for you?
I was
Oh, nice.
burger, no bun, no burger. Yeah, how embarrassing.
Have you used your ticket yet for your?
No, yeah, but I'm
barbecue?
waiting. So when I have
I
to
know.
cook something, I
I
don't
keep
want to know what
forgetting
to
I
cook.
have it.
Oh, I don't. They're in my wallet now.
Don't
ready
let
to
me
go.
forget.
Don't forget it then. Now, what this is happening there? $20
An hour.
minimum wage, 77% increase in service requests. The burger that I got some months ago, maybe a year ago, used to be 15 cents for the hamburger, 19 cents for fries.
Mhm.
You could get two burgers, fries, and a soft drink. Give them $1, and you got change back.
Now it's going to cost you like 10, $12
for
But the
one burger.
and the fries, the 15-cent burger and the fries, 19-cent fries, cost me $4.79.
My grandson gets a Happy Meal, and that thing's like what, $6, $7.
I went to.
They
a
don't
new-
make you very happy.
No.
I went to a new restaurant that had opened here. This is about 4 months ago. And all I got was the sandwich, no fries, the
Mhm.
sandwich and a drink. And it was like $14.
Well, I got
You're
y'all
like,
both
what?
beat.
I hear you go. You can keep that.
Oh,
I
a
don't want it.
$100 breakfast.
Last week in Atlanta, we were at the
Oh, you
hotel.
were at Atlanta.
Two of us.
Hot Atlanta.
For our breakfast, $110 for two people.
Well, y'all must
Was
steak
it a
and lobster.
buffet?
It was a buffet.
Really?
They had all you can eat, like omelet station. Yes, but it was $110.
You can't eat $50 worth of breakfast.
No,
food.
probably didn't eat $20 worth of breakfast. It just fell out.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, well, like what won't be
I'd be
breakfast here anymore? It's at the
Packing
hotel.
my
Yeah.
briefcase or whatever. I'd be packing it
It
full
was
of
awful.
something.
That bologna sandwiches are looking good.
I mean, the omelet was good, but it wasn't
Bologna's got
$110 good.
ridiculous, Rayford.
What?
If you go get the packaged bologna, like Oscar Mayer, the
No,
beef bologna,
no,
because I don't get the other. I get the beef.
I
Go
get
to
the
the
beef
deli.
too, but
Get
I
the
get the
deli.
big
From
From
chunk.
the
bologna.
deli. Yeah.
I get the German bologna from the
I-
deli. It's good.
I get a lot of that too, but sometimes they don't have any in the deli where I'm at. So I want to go get a small package. And it's $8 now for a package like this.
No.
I'm like, no, not doing it. Not where you can get fresh deli, but if they don't have it at that time, I just wait till I go to a different store.
I
I'll
will
go
wait
drive
and got a
around
whole
for it.
hunk of it, a half
Right.
of bologna, and I cut off the thickness that I want, and I fry
Yes.
that sucker up just
I
like you do a
know,
hamburger.
yeah.
Fried bologna is so
With some
good.
dukes.
Right. Oh yeah, and a little
So good.
mustard,
And
and
sometimes the
I like to-
tomato.
I like to put the sweet relish on it too, the pickle relish.
I've never done that.
Ooh, buddy,
Never done that. I'll have to try
Good
it one
stuff.
day.
I never tried that.
try it. You'll like it.
Pickle relish on bologna.
Yeah,
just
but you know
fried
the
up.
little,
Try
like you put in
it.
tuna
You'll like
salad
it.
type relish.
Yes.
Yeah.
Just put a little bit of that over there with mustard and mayo.
Yeah, I just made a macaroni salad with relish. It's good.
I love it. It's a good thing to do.
Yeah.
Anyway, this
I love
since the
bologna
Golden State enacted statewide minimum wage hike a week ago, this celebrity chef said he and the restaurant tech outfitter Grubber have seen a 77% increase in service requests. Irvine is an investor in Grubber, and recently co-launched their restaurant revamp campaign to give an in-need restaurants a digital makeover.
What's a service request? What does
I
that
don't
mean?
know. People ordering from Uber or whatever you order from, Grubber.
I use DoorDash, but
I
okay.
don't care. Well, I guess that's one of them.
Yeah.
You save money then instead of driving over there. Do you save money by ordering DoorDash?
No.
That's what I thought. You could drive over there and get it cheaper.
Yes, because you're going to pay it. You got tip. You have to tip.
No.
But I mean, I'm thinking $20 an hour. I think McDonald's are going to go out a bit. I mean,
Yeah, I tell you what,
what are they going to raise
the
prices
mom and
to
pop
cover
restaurants,
that?
they can raise them all they want because you're not going to have any other choices.
What if people? This is where people are going to start paying people under the table, which will get you in more trouble if you call. But yeah.
Well, I don't think any of the chain things can do
Oh
things
no,
like
they
that.
can't. Not the chain things. I'm thinking
they'll
more
be-
mom and pop.
And the rest of them are
places.
going to be hurt.
Yeah. This is.
Because they'll be examined. They'll be checked.
Mhm. Oh yeah.
They'll be checked. Okay. But anyway, so much
Terrible. Oh
So much
wow.
for that.
Wonder what state's going to follow next. I say the next state to
Colorado.
have that way. I think it'll be Washington State
Oh,
because
that
they
could
tend
be
to do
too.
what California does.
You know, I did not know that Republicans are so mean. You ladies are both
We're
Republicans, right?
Fiery, yes.
President
We're
Joe
mean.
Biden said yesterday that the GOP was responsible for killing millions of Americans because they cut the Obamacare, the Affordable Care Act, Obama's signature legacy. The president told a gathering that it would mean 260,000 fewer kids in child care. Then he accused former President Trump and his MAGA friends of wanting to terminate the Affordable Care Act. When asked about the comments later, Karine Jean-Pierre, she tried to explain exactly what Biden meant. She has a tough job. As is usual, she attacked the reporter asking the question, saying that he picked one part of the speech and did not present it in the most favorable light.
Because he
Now,
wanted the answer.
is this what he said? Is this what he meant? Well, you picked the worst part of that speech. You didn't show the most favorable light.
She's awful.
With your back against the wall and no place to go, your only hope is to attack, attack, attack. And that's what she does. The White House spokesman has about worn out her welcome, needs to move on. Maybe MSNBC could take advantage of her lack of talent.
My,
Not 2 cents worth.
Hmm.
Now, here's one. Going to ask y'all, is Joe Biden counting on celebrities returning him to the White House? How many celebrities are there in this country?
I guess it depends on your definition of a celebrity.
Fewer of them are liking him these days. We've seen that among movie stars, especially those who are got a little bit of age on them, the smart ones. With lavish events for the rich and famous, it certainly seems like the president has dissed his working class upbringing, my opinion. One celebrity that's really pushing Biden is none other than Hillary Clinton, a frequent flyer in her bid for the presidency. She recently hosted a Broadway fundraiser for Biden. Rich Democrats among those invited. Clinton, a two-time failed presidential candidate, joined Hamilton actor Lin-Manuel Miranda last week in Manhattan for a presentation of Surfs, the musical,
What's that? I have to look that up.
which
Suffs?
she co-produced, Suffs. She co-produced it with tickets priced from $500 to $5,000 each. Proceeds from the event supported the Biden Victory Fund and Women's Leadership Forum. That event came days after Biden hauled in over $26 million at a fundraising gala with former Presidents Obama and Clinton and several celebrities at New York City's famed Radio City Music Hall, a new single event fundraising record at the time. So what's Donald Trump doing to raise money and to be seen among voters? Well, in what I maintain was a typical Trump stunt, Donald attended the wake for a New York police officer killed in the line of duty. At the same time, Biden was at the event with Obama and Clinton. Yes, it was great that Trump was there. And no, I cannot say he would not have been there, even if Biden's event was not happening across town. But giving it to Trump, he does manage to mingle among the regular folks a lot more than Biden, and well, a lot more than most politicians at that level. Maybe I'll get this phone call right in just a second. I think he's a wise campaigning genius, to be honest with you. He knows, like we pointed out, that voting machines don't care how famous or how rich you are. Every vote counts. Mine is just as important as those of Wall Street tycoons or famous movie stars. What would be fun, someone should pull the voting records of all of the stars that get a lot of self-serving attention when they're on stage with Biden or Trump. See if they even voted in 2020. See if they're even registered to vote. That would be a great story for some TV network. Oh, forget it. Too much trouble. They'd rather spend their time rewriting handout releases, oftentimes without even checking what's purported to be facts. Good morning. Who's this?
Good morning, Rayford.
Hello. How are you, Chris?
Welcome
Good morning,
back.
Chris.
I'm good. Welcome back, Kelly. And
Thank you.
Good morning, Lee.
Good morning, Chris.
How's everybody?
Doing
Well,
good.
we're full of vinegar.
I want to say that you did a nice presentation at the Board of Education meeting last night.
Uh-oh.
Well, thank you.
And speaking of the Board of Education meeting, do you know it was over in an hour and a half and there was no dissension?
What?
It was business and as usual.
Was it an unadvertised meeting? Unscheduled?
Everybody was happy.
Surprise meeting?
And people left. And I was like, whoa. In fact, when it came on, I'm got my laptop and I'm shaking it, thinking, where are the people that usually sit on this one side? Like, wait a minute, they're in there.
Actually, Rayford, it was a regular scheduled meeting, and it was quite an enjoyable meeting. First, thank you, Lee, for that, because I just wanted to spread some good news
Good.
To the board and to Dr. Collins and his staff, and do a little information about Crime Stoppers and our wonderful SROs. I was so touched to be have my hands shaken by some of the deputies as I walked out.
Wow!
For congratulating, for thanking them for what they do along with everybody else. But it was what a meeting should be about. And
That's what it used to be.
Be productive and to honor the students at the beginning. They were band students. Some of them have qualified for the state, and it was a very nice meeting, and it lasted, as you mentioned, Lee, just about an hour.
Mm-hmm.
And,
Wow!
There was no disrespect. There was no attacks. There was nothing but, as I like to call it, good news.
Yay!
For Onslow County Schools. Our staff and superintendents, the teachers, mainly the students, how wonderful it was. And I actually was going to call and just mention that it was a great time at the Board of Education meeting last night, and to thank the Onslow County Commissioners, which I'll make their next meeting to thank them, because Crime Stoppers was an idea of going back to Chief Halbert and I believe Sheriff Marshall. And,
maybe. When did it come about? I thought Bill Woodward was in office.
I'm sorry. Yes, I'm sorry. Billy Woodward Sr.
Yes.
Thank you, Rayford. And Chief Halbert and Dr. Singletary back then.
Mm-hmm.
And it's allowed this program, which we're, if not the first, one of the first two and only in the state of North Carolina that have SROs in schools.
Yes.
How about that for Onslow County? So there are groups of people that want to look at the negative side of things, but because of the county commissioners back then and current county commissioners who continue to fund the schools to be able to get the SROs, how wonderful our security is for our children.
It is.
I know other people may disagree, and that's fine. We can agree to disagree, except I know the facts. I go to the schools right now every day for our fundraiser. It's great. The teachers are great. The staff are great. The SROs are wonderful. You get to talk to them when you go in there. It's just wonderful. And as we're talking about our country and the person up in Pennsylvania Avenue and those people out there on the left coast, where it's about the only place where left is not right, right is wrong.
I like that. I will use that.
Feel free to, Rayford. But it just, I wanted to take this opportunity to thank the radio station, especially your talk show, that allows people like me to get on there and talk about the good things that are happening. And if you bear with me just real quick, I want to go back and visit the Hope for the Warriors Lounge at the airport.
Great place, I'm told.
One word, wow. The time that Kathy and I have spent out there volunteering and meeting these young people, and some the other day was a sergeant major. It's just an incredible place for the military to come hang out, have some free chips and soda, coffee, tea. More importantly, a place to get in a recliner. And as Jay, the maintenance man out there, went, one of those young Marines are cutting some mighty big Z's because I can hear it through the wall.
Oh yeah.
It's great. So there are so many great things going on in this county. People just need to step back and not look at the negative and look at the positive things that are happening in the county, and thank the people who dedicate their time for free. Well, they don't get paid enough. Okay. So a lot of time that they're spending in their off hours, you three county commissioners, city council, and teachers, the staff at the Board of Education, Dr. Collins and his staff, all the board members, all these people, they may make a smitten for the time that they put into it. Thank them if you see them. Thank them. They're very wonderful people, as are you.
It's a job that I would not like to have. And you guys, people like you, Chris, putting that out, I know it. We need to harp on it on a daily basis. So I'm good with that.
So, I appreciate your time to allow me to come on there, and thank you three. Thank the radio station, and thank all the people who really do care about Onslow County and want to do the positive and say the positive things. There are negative things in this world.
Yeah,
there are things in Onslow County that people we all may not agree with, but at the end of the day, think about all the positives, and they'll outweigh the negatives.
Well, the small amount of negativity that we have in this county certainly makes the positive folks out there look really good, doesn't it? Saintly.
Yes, it does. And with that, I've got to go sell some.
Go sell some tickets.
So
Okay, guys, if
I will.
you up until the end of April, you can buy a ticket now and donate money, $10 a ticket, to Crime Stoppers here in Jacksonville, Onslow County, and you will take that ticket before the end of April. There's only 30 days in April now, so you're coming up. You got 2 weeks and change. 2 weeks and change to take that ticket. Go to Smithfield Barbecue on Gum Branch Road, right there near DeWitt Street. Give that ticket in exchange for a barbecue plate or a chicken dinner plate.
I can't wait.
And they are delicious.
Yep. I've got 2 tickets in my wallet waiting for a time that I'm not in a mood to cook.
Same here.
Well, thank you all for everything you do, and I hope everybody is there at the studio and in Onslow County have a blessed day.
Yeah, you too. And one more time, people get one of these tickets. They can go online to Crime Stoppers, right?
910-389-8698. And if I don't answer, I will call you back.
Okay. 919-389.
No.
Nope.
910.
Hung up.
Whatever. 910.
Okay. 910-389-8698. Probably get this voice answering the
There you
phone
go.
or calling you
That
back.
deep radio voice will be there talking in your ear.
Yes.
Try to control yourself, ladies.
Thanks, Rayford.
Thank you, Chris.
Y'all take care.
You to you. Live and local Real Talk, Freedom 97.1, 1120 AM, WSME.
Freedom 97.1 WSME.
Mohawk All Pet Protection and Warranty is the only cover protection and warranty for all pets, all accidents, all the time. Because your pets are family members too. No matter how you live, we've got you covered. Soft, luxurious, smart strand forever clean carpet. Gorgeous, durable, solid tech luxury vinyl tile. Mohawk has the ultimate floor for every room in your home that's suitable for all pets. For details, contact Watkins Floor Covering online at watkinsnewfloor.com. Watkins Floor Covering, thanking you for voting them the best of the best for 2023 in the flooring covering and carpet cleaning category. Watkins Floor Covering, they're more than just floors. It's custom showers, custom tubs, carpet cleaning, backsplashes, bathrooms, commercial, retail, and home flooring too. Watkins Floor Covering, family owned and operated since 1997, with locations in Jacksonville and Surf City. Watkins Floor Covering, you stand on it, we stand behind it.
The best deal for the grill is at Jones LP Gas and Oil Company each Friday. Every Friday from 8 a.m. till closing at 5, Jones LP Gas and Oil Company will fill your 20-pound LP gas grill cylinder for only $11. You heard that right. Each Friday till closing, you can have your 20-pound LP gas cylinder filled for only $11 at Jones Gas and Oil Company, 3881 Wilmington Highway in heart of Verona. In addition to saving money on your LP gas for the grill, Jones Gas and Oil is your full-service gas and oil company serving residential, commercial, and agricultural gas and oil needs, as well as gas appliances, LP replacement, parts, fill cylinders, and tankless water heaters, and they offer a 10% military discount on installation. Remember to get that cylinder filled every Friday until closing for only $11. Jones Gas and Oil Company, 3881 the Old Wilmington Highway, Verona. Phone 910-346-6384.
If you plan to rebuild, remodel, repair, or do cottage or home improvements, Williams Hardware, 3011B Bridges Street, Morris City, should be your first stop. Williams Hardware carries power tools and equipment, chains and fasteners, plumbing and electrical supplies, along with Gerber, Buck, and Case knives. Williams Hardware is your helpful, handy hardware store. Williams Hardware cuts glass to size and custom threads pipe. When the chores are done and the cleanup is finished, light up that Wilmington grill from Williams Hardware. Williams Hardware, 3011B Bridges Street, Morris City. Open Monday through Saturday from 7:30 to 6 p.m. and Sundays for your convenience, noon till 5. Phone Williams Hardware, 252-726-7158.
It's live and local Real Talk on Freedom 97.1 WSME.
We're back. The Marine Forecast brought to you at this time every day by Community Prevention Services in Jacksonville. Now, Community Prevention Services in Jacksonville is owned, you're in charge of that place.
I co-own it.
You co-own it.
Mm-hmm.
Tell me just a little bit about this place. This is going to be our live commercial.
Oh, okay.
So just tell me why community, I know, I do. I think, you know, I'm not going to do things that everybody anticipates. Community Prevention Services, you provide all sorts of services to individuals who really need it.
Mm-hmm.
You don't tell everybody about your clients, right?
Don't tell anybody about the clients, but Community Prevention Services is a nonprofit. We're 501c3. We've been in existence since 2006, and we originally were under county mental health as employees. And when the state mental health reform came about in 2005, and we were doing substance abuse prevention, and I was also working with women's services at the time and substance abuse prevention, everyone had to become private providers. So that's where it came about. And the state actually helped us roll into. We were the first prevention nonprofit that were block grant funded in the state.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you guys here, parents, we know the vaping is bad.
Mm-hmm.
I know it's bad, not firsthand, but I've read enough about it. I've talked to people about it. I've talked to Kelly about it, and she knows it's bad.
And just for parents and caregivers and agencies, our substance abuse prevention services are all free because it's covered under the block grant and a couple other grants, PDO grant, PFS grant, the SUPS grant, et cetera. Those services are all free. So like we come out, we used to actually teach a curriculum in the schools, Onslow County schools. We did it with the county, and then we did it when we became, up until 2015, when they pulled all the providers out of the schools. But we do substance abuse prevention curriculums. We do the Red Ribbon contest every year, which is my absolute favorite thing to do.
Okay.
With the school system. It's a banner contest last week of October to say no to drugs, help the kids awareness.
Sure.
It's my absolute favorite thing. But we also do, talks. We go to churches, we go to groups, we've done talks with agencies, et cetera. We used to do smoking cessation classes, even for the county. But it was sad, didn't get a lot of people that wanted to stop smoking. It's kind of sad, but we do that. But all that stuff is free. Our counseling services for mental health counseling are not free. I mean, that's insurance bill
Sure.
or self-pay.
So you recognize most insurance companies, right? Providers.
Yes, all but maybe. I don't think we're credentialed with MedCost, but very few people around here have them.
Okay.
I
So
used to
call them
have-
and
yeah.
ask.
Yeah.
If you've got insurance
Yeah.
and you need some.
We take Medicaid.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Medicaid, Medicare.
Medicaid, Medicare. We're waiting on our final Medicare thing. Well, if it's regular red, white, and blue Medicare, we're still waiting on that. That's
Okay.
The government.
With
You
some
jump
of
through
the
that hoop. But
other
like
plans.
United Healthcare Medicare, we take Blue Cross Medicare.
Humana.
Yeah, Humana Medicare. We take all those.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's part of.
That red, white, and blue Medicare is.
That's
It's the government. They drag their feet.
Advantage plans.
Yes,
Is
and
what
you get that little card. That's government. What we also take VA Community Care for veterans. We have that.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Okay, guys, don't wait any longer. If you've been putting it off, this is not it's not a magic bullet or anything. You can go out there and you can get the help that you need.
Mhm.
You just open your hearts up to tell them what's going on, what's ailing you,
And if
what's irritating you.
If someone needs meds, or we don't prescribe meds, obviously, but we have places that we refer to, and a lot of times we work with people's primary care providers a lot with those. We give them the diagnosis, and so they don't have to go to a psychiatrist or whatever to get meds and wait 6 months for an appointment. They can get their mental health meds through their primary care.
There you go.
Yeah.
What better choice? Give them a call today, 910-353-0972, 910-353-0972. Community Prevention Services. They're also at 918 Henderson Drive, 918 Henderson Drive, right here in Jacksonville. Marine forecast, southwesterly winds today about 10 knots, offshore seas only 2 to 3 feet, dominant period 7 seconds, sounds and rivers a light chop. Tomorrow, southerly winds 15 to 20, increasing to 25 to 30 in the afternoon, gust to 35 knots, that's about 42 miles per hour. Seas 4 to 6 feet, building to 6 to 9 in the afternoon tomorrow. Not a good day, dominant period 6 seconds, sounds and rivers choppy, increasing to very rough in the afternoon. Friday, southwesterly winds 20 to 25 knots, gust to 30, seas 8 to 11 feet. 6 to 9 near shore, sounds and rivers continued rough.
Today, it'll be partly sunny. It's kind of cloudy out there right now with a high of 77. Wind to 8 to 13 miles an hour, but they could gust as high as 20 miles an hour. Tonight, mostly cloudy, low of 61. Tomorrow, showers and thunderstorms, high of 71. I love it when they write breezy, but the winds are 11 to 21 miles an hour. It's a little more than breezy,
called
but
blustery.
okay. With 28 mile an hour gusts, and it's an 80% chance of rain. So it's pretty certain that it's going to rain tomorrow. Tomorrow night, prior to 11 p.m., showers and thunderstorms, and then just a chance between 11 and 2 a.m. Lower 58, they use that breezy word, up to 24 miles an hour with 32 mile an hour gusts. I love that. Who writes this stuff? But Friday, it's like the sea parts. Sunny, high of 73. Saturday, sunny, 73, and
Yes.
Sunday it'll be almost 80.
Yes.
I love it.
Yes.
So if you're going to work in your yard this weekend, you're going to have enjoyable time doing it.
It's coming up on the 15th. That's Monday. The
Yeah.
last frost that normally is in North Carolina, eastern North Carolina, is no later than the 15th of April. You can
Yeah.
now plant
I was gonna try
officially
to plant my
your
stuff this
plants,
weekend.
your
Yeah.
seeds. Your seeds should be in the ground. But
Yeah.
if you got plants, go ahead and plant them.
Just got word too, there's a bad motor vehicle crash right at 24 in Bell Fork Road. So if
Ouch.
you're in that area, you might want to go a different way.
Yeah, there's some side streets there you can take to get around that
I understand
location.
it's looking bad. So
Oh,
Yeah.
sorry.
Oh,
I
that's
hope
a
everyone's all
heavily
right.
area.
Yeah, yep. I got some news for you.
Oh, really?
Did you know that this guy, the one who wrote what is now our national anthem, the lyrics for it, was a racist?
What?
That's what a group in Maryland is claiming. A coalition of African-American groups is pushing for Baltimore's Francis Scott Key Bridge to be renamed once reconstructed, claiming racism connected to Key's legacy. The Caucus of African-American Leaders of Anne Arundel County recently voted unanimously to call for changing the names of 2 bridges in Maryland, including the Key Bridge, and will lobby Democrat Governor Wes Moore and the state's Democrat-controlled General Assembly on this proposal. The bridge collapsed last month when a cargo ship struck like a support beam. The coalition includes groups such as the NAACP chapter, one of them, and the National Coalition of 100 Black Women, which wants the replacement bridge to be renamed in honor of the late Representative Parren Mitchell, the first African-American elected to the U.S. House from the state of Maryland. Mitchell was also a civil rights pioneer as the first Black graduate student admitted to the University of Maryland. I'm not sure how that makes him a civil rights pioneer. He happened to be first, and the first African-American elected to the U.S. House from the state of Maryland. What has that done to honor being named, naming a bridge after you? I don't know. The governor said he has other things on his mind right now, including getting the bridge rebuilt, clearing the channel, and getting the Port of Baltimore, a big port, by the way, functioning 100%. He told reporters earlier this week, however, that there would be time for the discussion when the other work is done. It's worth noting that Francis Scott Key, an attorney by profession, purchased enslaved people, but also represented some Black Marylanders in court who sued for their freedom. Got to remember, that thing was written in about 1814, was it?
I have no idea.
Yeah. As bombs were bursting in air.
Mm-hmm.
Racist quotes that have been attributed to Key by another author without naming the source of the quote have been debunked, but remain at the center of the controversy. Again, folks, never let the facts get in the way of a good story.
I just can't.
That's exactly what it is. I
We-
got some
we shouldn't have
information
to.
on that story that you were doing
Yeah.
earlier about the special needs buses.
Yes.
And this pertains to Onslow County.
Okay.
All special needs bus drivers and aides do receive special training. Most special need buses have video cameras. All incidents are reviewed by supervisors, and all staff go through a rigorous background check.
Yay.
Good.
So Onslow County's right
Ahead
on
of the
it.
game.
I'm glad to
again.
hear it. That
That's
makes me
right.
happy to hear.
Ahead of the game again.
Yes.
Let's take a local real talk. Freedom 97.1, 1120 AM, WSME, WSME971.com, heard around the world. And also it's on Simple Radio and other radio apps if you want it. And if you don't, this is a good place you go. Of course, live and local real talk, you can see us and hear us on our YouTube channel and our Facebook channel. Don't go away. We'll be back shortly.
Freedom 97.1.
Hello, shoppers. Take advantage of these specials and many, many more at your locally owned and operated Piggly Wiggly store, down home, down the street, where good things cost less. Main Street, Maysville. Fresh ground chuck, 10 pounds or more, $2.99 a pound. Certified Angus beef family pack T-bone steaks, just $11.99 a pound. Boneless chuck roast, $5.79 a pound. St. Louis style pork ribs, just $2.49 a pound. Prairie Fresh whole Boston butt, $1.49 a pound. Spring Mountain Farms whole chicken, $1.59 a pound. Prairie Fresh prime pork tenderloin, $5.99 each. Butterball ground turkey, 16-ounce package, $3.99. Red Seedless grapes, only 99 cents a pound. North Carolina grown fresh strawberries, 1 pound package, $2.99. Russet potatoes, great for baking, only $2.99 a bag. Select varieties, Western apples, $2.99. 1 pound bag, crisp snap beans, $1.99 a pound. Delicious tropical mangoes, 2 for $5. And 2-liter Coke products, just $4. Make sure you ask about Pig Perks. Join the Pig Rewards program today to save money. That's your locally owned and operated Piggly Wiggly store, down home, down the street, where good things cost less. Main Street, downtown Maysville. Remember, save big with the pig. Hey, race fans, New River All-America Speedway, 4744 Richlands Highway, Jacksonville's Action Attraction, presents the National Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram 250 with the C-Max Cars Tour this Saturday, April 13th at 7 p.m., featuring NASCAR legend Dale Earnhardt Jr. and the biggest names in short track racing. Get ready for some fun and excitement as the racing season gets underway. Reserve your spot now. General admission tickets $25. Seniors, military, kids 6 to 12, $12 cash at the gate. Kids 5 and under free. Advanced tickets available online at NewRiverSpeedway.com. It's the National Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram 250 this Saturday, April 13th at 7 p.m. featuring NASCAR legend Dale Earnhardt Jr. and the only place you're going to see it is at New River All America Speedway, 4744 Richlands Highway in Jacksonville.
If your plans include hitting the road this year to do some traveling, make sure a visit to Silent Service Center is on your to-do list. Travel safety starts with the tires on your vehicle, and a visit to Silent Service Center will give you peace of mind with the best value in all name brand tires and the largest selection of used tires in this area. In addition to quality tires, Silent Service Center is a North Carolina inspection station and does complete brake service, oil changes, and alignment service. Silent Service Center, 1707 Lejeune Boulevard, Jacksonville, and 108 West Main Street, Havelock. Phone 910-353-4760.
It's live and local. Real Talk on Freedom 97.1, 1120 AM, WSME.
Okay, the leader of a suburb bordering New York City has Democrats up in arms these days. He's got a plan to deputize private citizens for emergency situations. Nassau County Executive Bruce Blakeman, a Republican, has continued to irk opponents on the issues of crime and women's rights as he seeks to wrestle control of the state capitol and give his constituents a greater say in local policy. Lawmakers opposing his plan are calling it a militia, drawing comparisons to Nazi brown shirts, and they held a rally outside the executive's office calling on him to halt that proposal. He got up and said, "Listen, I think it's completely disgraceful, first of all, as a Jewish elected official, to insinuate that I would be associated with anything that represented the Nazi regime, especially stormtroopers. It's absolutely reprehensible." He didn't mince any words on that one. Democrat critics of the plan are claiming the provisional deputies could be used to quell Black Lives Matter or pro-Palestinian protests. Blakeman said all he's done is create a database of potential volunteers to assist when county police are overwhelmed. That could be for any emergency. I don't know. You don't get a whole lot of hurricanes in that neck of the woods, but a tornado or other devastating issues, they need sometimes some people to get out there to assist.
I agree with that.
You've got reserve deputy sheriffs here, your reserve police officers here. You've got them all over the state that come out. Yes, they do work, and yes, they are sworn officers. They take the same classes, the same basic law enforcement training class that full-time officers take. Some of them are retired officers, deputies, or police officers that still make their certification as a reserve deputy or reserve police officer, and they are cops. I don't care what you look at it, they're still cops, and they can act as cops. He said it's just left-wing, woke, progressive stuff. They claim now that they like the police, but these are the same people who wanted to defund the police. That's what Blakeman said. Well, guess what? He's probably got it together.
Yeah.
I know what he's talking about. The provisional deputies would only be called in for devastating emergencies, like Superstorm Sandy, which wiped out coastal sections of the county in 2012, a blizzard in western New York 2 years ago that froze the city of Buffalo in place for weeks, a power outage that lasted for days, and an outburst of violent rioting. Yes, you need some people out there, if nothing else, to direct traffic at intersections where the traffic lights are out.
True.
You need people to assist others in getting out. Somebody with a little bit of training and a little bit of authority that can assist sworn officers, full-time officers. That's what it's all about. Whatever. You know what NPR is, right?
Yes.
You think it's a biased organization? They get their funds from people. The public funds, tax dollars.
Much. I just don't follow them much.
Yeah, uh-huh.
I used to watch when my kids were young, Sesame Street and Barney.
Yeah, different story than I'm talking about the news side.
Oh,
of
the
it.
news, the NPR. I mean, I guess it depends on what you listen to on there. I don't listen to them a lot, but I have.
An NPR editor, a guy, has gone behind the scenes in the newsroom. He checked the registrations, political registrations of every staffer, of 87 of them. Of 87 people in the newsroom, how many are registered Republicans? Take a guess.
I couldn't begin to guess.
5?
0. 87 are registered Democrats.
Oh my. Okay.
That's why I quit watching most of these big news conglomerates.
Uri Berliner
So
penned a
political.
thorough rebuke of his own outlet for the free press published yesterday, criticizing it for telling listeners and readers how to think through a progressive worldview. He pointed in particular to its flawed coverage of the Hunter Biden laptop, Russiagate, and the COVID lab leak theory. And he also claimed NPR leadership, their reaction to the drug killing in 2020 was to declare it's a given, and our mission was to change it. The lack of viewpoint diversity had spilled over into how NPR covered such topics as the Israel-Gaza war and avoided terms like biological sex in its reporting. He said he looked upon voter registration in 2021. The city's headquarters in D.C., 87 registered Democrats, 0 Republicans.
Which tells you right there that news media is
biased
politically. If they have to go research all their employees to see what political party they're
Well, this
with.
is an editor that works there.
Right.
He said he presented his information to those in charge, and he says their response wasn't hostile. It was worse. It was met with profound indifference. I got a few messages from surprised, curious colleagues, but the messages were of the, oh, wow, that's weird variety, as if the lopsided tally was a random anomaly rather than a critical failure of our diversity North Star. I think the boy's onto something.
Well, it's like we've discussed in the past, different news media outlets that are national TV. You can go to some, you can tell they're far left, and you can go to others that are far right.
This guy's been with NPR for 25 years. He's speaking from the inside.
Right.
And he said, I eagerly voted against Donald Trump in 2016 and 2020. But he found NPR's advocacy-style coverage of his presidency wrong-headed. He said he had regular conversations with news leaders about the homogeneous political culture to all to no avail. No one has ever trashed me, he said. That's not the NPR way. People are polite, but nothing changes. So I've become a visible wrong thinker at a place I love. It's uncomfortable, sometimes heartbreaking. NPR. Your tax dollars at work. You're live in local Real Talk with Freedom 97.1, 1120 AM, WSME.
Freedom 97.1.
Tammy Fry Allstate Swansboro reminds you to check your mailbox and find your quote on homeowners insurance. Tammy Fry Allstate Swansboro goes the extra mile to make sure you're in good hands, like helping you customize your home and windstorm coverage with their Write Your Own home policy. Yes. Save even more when you bundle your home, auto, boat, motorcycle, and even your golf cart. Remember, if it rolls or floats, call Tammy for a quote. You and everything you own are in good hands with Tammy Fry Allstate Swansboro. Call today, 910-326-5383. Tammy Fry Allstate, 638 West Corbett Avenue in the friendly city by the sea, Swansboro. Check your mailbox today for savings on your homeowner's insurance.
Have you gotten your copy of Topsail Times newspaper this week? If not, did you know that Topsail Times is Topsail area's only local newspaper in print? Started a little over a year ago, we now have over 1,500 online subscribers and 5,000 printed copies that go out every 2 weeks. And we never charge our readers. Information should be free to our readers, and we stick by that. Looking for an idea for date night? Want to learn some local history? How about asking a veterinarian about your pet? These things and more are available in each copy of the Topsail Times newspaper. Want to get the word out about your business? We offer great rates for full color ads, and the online paper version is always included for free. Need help designing the perfect ad? We can do that too. We're always looking for human interest stories, so start writing. And we love local photos too. Check out our website at topsailtimes.net, where you can find out where to pick up a copy or check out our latest publication online.
Looking for a job? Full-time? Part-time? Il Cigno Italiano Restaurant wants you. We're currently hiring for hostesses, servers, bartenders, and dishwashers. Il Cigno Italiano is a family-owned, fast-paced restaurant that offers the best in fine dining on the Crystal Coast. If you're hardworking, reliable, professional, and have a desire to always strive for better, we want to talk to you. Make great money and be a part of an outstanding, dedicated team. Il Cigno Italiano on West Corbett Avenue in Swansboro.
For 40 years now, people throughout Jacksonville and Onslow County have trusted Barnes Diamond Gallery for
all their jewelry needs for every special occasion. They understand that every day is a special event for someone, whether celebrating a wedding, anniversary, birthday, engagement, or graduation. Let Barnes Diamond Gallery custom design something for you. Barnes Diamond Gallery does on-site repair in addition to their quality and selection of diamonds. Diamond fashion bands, pendants, watches, earrings, gemstone rings, and necklaces for anyone for any occasion. Major credit cards accepted. Layaway available. Barnes Diamond Gallery offers appraisals and pay top market prices for gold and silver. Barnes Diamond Gallery, 461 Western Boulevard, Suite 120, Jacksonville, open 9:30 to 5:30, Monday through Friday.
Welcome to Lane and Associates Family Dentistry, where we love to make you smile. Now proud to be working with Doctors Kim and Tommy Morgan, formerly Morgan Family Dentistry. The Jacksonville and Richlands Morgan offices of Lane and Associates Family Dentistry blends the latest technology with personal care and attention, so you have an amazing dental experience. The offices of Lane and Associates welcome all ages and accepts all major insurances, including military. Lane and Associates Family Dentistry has been serving the state of North Carolina for over 40 years, with 2 locations in Jacksonville, Richlands, and Maysville. Call for an appointment today at 877-LANE-DDS or online at lanedds.com. Welcome to Lane and Associates Family Dentistry.
It's live and local. Real talk on Freedom 97.1 WSME.
Oh boy, that was a little bit of feedback there. Crank the mic up too high. Good morning. I think we got Mike on the line. Is that right?
Yep, Mike, how you doing?
Oh, I'm fine, Mike. What's up?
Hi. I was just curious if you guys were following the Trump bond situation.
The bond situation?
He got his bond lowered, right?
Yeah, we got the bond. That was about a week or so ago.
Yes.
Is there anything new?
Yeah. There's some concerning issues that's popping up. The guy that posted his bond, he's the owner. He's a billionaire. He's the owner of Axos. It's a banking service. Before that, it was called Bank of Internet back in 2015. They got in trouble because they was doing things like there's a couple companies in New York and places in New York and some other places where they was charging the customers 298% interest.
Holy cow!
On loans. They got in trouble. They was about to go to trial. I mean, they were about to get a big swift fine from the Consumer Protection Agency back in 2015. When Trump took office, he defunded the CPA to where they wouldn't get in trouble.
Mm-hmm.
Then, so when this situation came up, and between there and this company lended out it's a high $400 million number to Trump companies where they lended out money to them. So, and that's basically like not even 10x of what they have on hand, which is like a whole nother issue. So with this bond situation, what's going on is he came out of left field nowhere to raise his bond. Well, New York law stipulates that the company putting up the bond must be a New York company. This company is based in California, so that's the issue as far as his bond maybe may not be able to get held up here in a couple of days when they have the hearing on it.
Yeah, I see that on here. Yeah, he has till Monday, and they're saying that company is not admitted in, and it's the Knight Specialty Insurance Company is not admitted in New York. Yeah.
Well, they're saying right now that they've got to show proof that they have the coverage.
I wonder if they have it.
So that's one of their subsidiaries, and he's making these. Actually, he offered to pay the full $400 million initially to the lawyers. The lawyers didn't inform the courts of this. That's why the courts lowered the bond, because they believe that there was no other company out there after they checked 30 companies that he was able to secure a bond. So that's a whole other issue as far as with the lawyers. He even stated that publicly to everyone that he was willing and able to do that back then before the ruling came down. So there may be some issues as far as
there are a lot of issues with that, and a lot of issues with that whole bond process. To be honest,
I'm not
with
even
you.
understanding the bond process.
I don't understand, because typically you pay a bond bondsman up to 15%, 10 to 15% of whatever the bond is. So supposedly for $174,000 worth of it, Donald Trump should have had to pay this company 15% or 10 to 15% of that for $174 million.
But does maybe New York's different? I don't know.
I don't know. I don't know.
And so that a whole other issue with that is the company, even the owner of the company said that well, we should have charged him more. He wasn't charged like the going rate for the bond of what he should have been. So yeah, this is a big problem with that.
Yeah, well, I'm just trying to read a whole bunch of different stories here all at once because I had not paid any attention to this. I didn't know anything about it. Flew under my radar.
Yeah.
So anyway, we'll take a look at it.
Yeah, it's becoming very interesting, and you know, I especially if this company can't produce, I think that means they revoke the bond. I think that's how that works.
I think that they're looking, according to
what
some of this
happens?
here, they've got some money to take care of 175 million if need be.
Good Lord.
But
he should have went and played Powerball this weekend, and he
There
would
you
have
go.
had that money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
if he won.
Basically, what happens is if they reject the bond agreement,
He's
then
gotta-
it gives the AG power to go after this property.
Right,
And
he's
go
gotta-
after that way.
He's got to come up with something by Monday if they've rejected this, but they're rejecting it based on the finances of this company. There's no financial stability that can be proven. So,
oh my,
You'll have to wait and see.
yeah, wait and see.
Maybe that Letitia will get her wish and go after his property. Maybe she wants to buy the Trump hotel or something. Who knows?
What are you gonna do with it when you get it?
Now, you know, it's common practice as far as, you know, AG securing properties to satisfy
Yeah.
the bonds in those situations.
Yeah.
Well, it's common practice to put up property for a bond. It's not common practice to seize the property for a bond.
What are they gonna do with it when they see it? Sell it?
I don't know. Well, they're
They can.
seizing it until you lose the bond. Seizing it means you take over and you can do with it what you want. Putting it up as collateral for a bond is not unheard of. I mean, that's standard
People do
operating
that all the
procedure.
time. Yeah, that I do
That's
know.
standard
Not much
procedure.
about it, but yeah.
I don't understand the part that would allow them to seize that property. I still don't understand that. That's just
It's New York.
Maybe it's a New York thing.
it's pretty. It's uncommon around here, if at all.
Yeah.
Right.
Huh.
Yeah, the
Interesting.
AG themselves wouldn't put up the bond. That'll be the client that's defending themselves. So when the client fails to do that, then they can seize assets.
Why? If they put it up as collateral,
That's the law.
Mm-hmm.
if they put up their property as collateral and they decide, yes, this property is worth this amount of money, then yes, it can be collateral. And then at that point in time, they can't make any changes in the ownership of that property. I mean, that's the law. I don't know about New York. They do things their way.
Mm-hmm. Interesting.
Yeah,
Yes.
Trump hasn't put up the collateral with a bond company.
Yeah. With the bonding company, he doesn't need to put up collateral. He just got to give the money. He's got to give them their fee. It's not collateral. It's their fee. It's a percentage of whatever they put up, $175 million.
It's true. And then 30 companies didn't want to put it up, but this one company did. But if they avoid this deal as null and void because of the irregularities that we talked about, then you want to have no one to put up a bond with. That's the problem.
Maybe have to go back and find somebody else. I don't know whether he would just put up the property. I still don't know why he can't just put up the property as is in lieu of the bond. I mean, that's standard procedure.
Yeah.
Particularly because the property is not valued at what it's supposed to be. That's the reason why it's in this mess.
But still got to have some value.
It's going to have enough value
Right.
for $454 million.
I would think so
Yeah,
too.
like to put up, if he put it up directly, he had to put up the full amount correctly. If with the bond companies, that's where you get the percentages.
Right.
Yeah. Well, the bond was reduced to $175 million.
Well, Letitia just wants to go in there and change the curtains. That's all.
Okay. Hey, Mike, thank you, sir.
Thank you, Mike. Have a great day.
Y'all, you take care. Okay, it's the end of the show again.
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
We're through
Once
hump,
again.
through hump day, so we got 2 more days to go this week.
Yep.
And we got a little rain and stuff like that coming in, so we'll
Yes.
have that to deal with tomorrow. Don't know of any. Well, Weather Service said Monday there's no severe weather coming this week, so a little rain is good for the plants. Get them in the ground, y'all. It's warm enough. Put them in the ground. You'll be good to go.
Right.
If you do it today,
have a good rain.
You'll
you're
get
going to
that
have rain all day tomorrow.
Yeah, if
so
the plants
that might
are-
flood them out though. So
if
maybe you
those-
shouldn't do it today.
If those
I say
plants
that.
are really
take that back.
small.
Yeah, I'd take it back.
I was trying to wait till the weekend.
Yeah.
If those plants are really small and you plant them, you can put something over the top of them
Right.
to, prevent them from getting beat
No,
down.
we've got plenty of time to get those plants out.
There, as long as they're still growing, you're good to go.
That's right.
You can plant your seeds. You may have to go by and cover them up again if the rain comes in tomorrow, but you can do that too. Okay, we will see you tomorrow. We have a couple of guests coming in. We have, of course, Chris Miller.
Miller
With
Time.
Miller Time, talking about local sports and all that sort of good stuff, coming in about 8:40ish tomorrow.
Yes.
And tomorrow morning at 8 o'clock, we got Raquel Painter
With
from the
United
United Way.
Way,
What's she
yes.
going to be talking about?
A lot of their stuff they've got upcoming. It's always fun to have Raquel on with all the events that they have.
And we've got a couple of events we've been promoting around here that all the money goes to the United Way.
That's right.
So we'll talk about that and more.
Exactly.
And what they've got planned on the near future.
Right.
Meanwhile, we're going to take a break, do a little bit of Fox News, and at 10 o'clock this morning, Rick, our good buddy, Rick Dees, and another dose of the Daily Dees, spinning all the tunes you like to hear. At least if you don't like to hear them, I like to hear them. That's who he's playing it for anyway. He asked me what I like, so I told him.
Oh, I see.
That's
I
the way
see.
it works. And then at 3 o'clock this afternoon, he's going to take a pot shot and throw all that stuff over there to Hollywood. Our man in town, Chris Hollywood Man, at 3 o'clock this afternoon with all the rest of the tunes we want to hear. You're live and local, real talk, Freedom 97.1, 1120 AM, WSME, WSME971.com, heard around the world. And of course, we're on Facebook, our own channel, and on YouTube, our own channel. And we'll see you tomorrow. Have a great rest of your day.
WSME, Camp Lejeune, W246.